More than 3 million people are expected to fly this holiday weekend. We're live tonight from San Diego International.
As we get ready to commemorate Memorial Day weekend, how you can honor fallen servicemen and women right here in our area.
We're working for you on what to buy this Memorial Day weekend or when you should hold off for a better deal.
And will Americans soon have to pay a fee to enter Europe? We verify.
America's next generation does care, and they want to prove it by honoring some of San Diego County's greatest war heroes.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
The holiday travel rush is on, with many people turning a 3-day Memorial weekend into 4 or even 5 days off. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carla Chiquetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Jenny Day begins our coverage tonight from San Diego International Airport. Jenny, how busy is it there right now?
It's definitely picking up. For those of you who did make it into work today, you are likely now off and maybe even headed here. Again, things have picked up. Really, it kind of ebbs and flows throughout the day, but it is busy right now. Only a handful of delays on that board, though. We all know that a quick weekend getaway can be good for the soul, and a lot of people had the same idea. AAA is actually anticipating 3.5 million Americans will fly somewhere over the next few days. That's up 11% from last year. We could even exceed pre-pandemic levels. And I got to tell you, it does feel like it. We've been out here all day, and it has been a nonstop flow of people. Airport construction really not making it easier. The last time I flew was in October, and I can tell you firsthand, so much has changed in just a few short months. There is really significant amount of construction happening at Terminal 1. They're building a parking structure, so on top of it being a busy time to fly, construction is adding to the congestion. So check which terminal you're flying out of and truly give yourself that extra time. Also know that there's very limited parking here right now. Once you're in, though, it could be a little easier. We heard a lot last year about pilot shortages that led to delays. Well, major airlines have said that they've hired more people. The Transportation Secretary says that there is still a need, though, for air traffic controllers. As for TSA, they are rolling out new technology that should lead to shorter lines and faster service. We spoke to some travelers.
A lot of traffic. My nerves definitely got the best of me. I was like getting too excited.
It was a little crowded, but we got through pretty fast.
It's a privilege. I know not many people get to travel as much as the average person here in San Diego does, at least. So I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah, I love that positive attitude. So some tips: if you want to avoid the chaos, leave tomorrow, come back Tuesday if you can. I looked at flights returning Monday versus Tuesday, and it was a couple of $100 difference. Mornings and evenings, again, picking up right now, of course, will be the busiest as people look to maximize their vacation time. And really no surprise for us, San Diego is ranked the top 2 destination when it comes to Memorial Day travel, and Las Vegas is the first. So again, the sunshine has come out. It's the unofficial start of summer, and people are eager to travel. We're live tonight from the airport. Jenny Day, CBS 8.
At least the sun is shining. Jenny, how has it changed over the last few hours? I know you've been there for a bit. How's that changed, and how early do you think people should get there for a flight if they haven't left just yet?
You know, typically for domestic flights, I give myself about an hour, but the airport really is recommending 2 hours for this busier holiday time. And you know, our crews have been out here really since before 4 o'clock this morning, so it was really quite busy at 4. Again, people took off early, and then a little bit calm in the middle of the day, and it's definitely starting to pick back up.
All right, Jenny Day live for us at San Diego International. Jenny, thank you very much. From the skies to the ground, the CHP's maximum enforcement period for the holiday weekend started just a few minutes ago. A reminder to be careful if you're driving instead of flying. It's going to be busy. California is second in the nation when it comes to the number of people killed on crashes on Memorial Day weekend during the past decade. That's according to the Jerry Insurance Brokerage app, so not some good news there, something to watch out for. Its study found California was behind only Texas when it came to deadly crashes. Florida ranked 3rd. A crash on the 805 this afternoon killed 1 person and closed down a part of the interstate. A truck carrying bags of concrete overturned on the ramp over the 52, spilling part of its load. You can see that right there from Chopper 8. Several of those bags went over the railing onto a car below, crashing through the window. which then killed a woman in the passenger seat. The interstate has changed, so State Route 52 was closed off, but has since reopened.
Let's talk about our weather now. A lot of people wondering what it's going to be like over this holiday weekend. We did see something that I haven't seen in a few days, sunshine and blue skies, but will there be more?
We'll find out. Chief Meteorologist Colleen Chavis here with a first look at your holiday weekend forecast. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, yes and no.
Bye.
Bye. It's a mix.
Well, that's good. A little something for everyone. At least we can, if people are flying in, we can welcome them with a couple nice days.
Exactly. They get today and tomorrow. That's about it when it comes to that sunshine. We're taking a look at our forecast for this weekend. So you are talking about yet another dose of afternoon sunshine, and that's going to be for coastal communities, basically everywhere that's going to be west of the mountains. So we're going to start off with a cloud cover, but then we're going to see that sunshine by the afternoon hours. That will not be the case on Sunday. We are talking about a very stubborn marine layer and also below seasonal temperatures. It takes us all the way into Monday on Memorial Day. So you're looking at 70s this weekend across inland areas. Could even see some patchy drizzle on Sunday morning, and then by the afternoon hours, that's when everything starts to clear out, at least once again for Saturday. So you're looking at a return in the cloud cover. Also talking about some elevated surf this weekend. So all those details are coming up. Marcella.
As we head into the holiday weekend, it's important to remember the real meaning of Memorial Day. Cities across San Diego County are poised to honor our fallen servicemen and women for their service and their sacrifice. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us live tonight from the USS Midway with a look at some of the tributes. Kirsten?
Yeah, we're here outside of the USS Midway where they are getting ready to show Top Gun on the flight deck at 8 o'clock tonight. That show is sold out. 2,500 people expected to attend. It is just one of the many ways that you can celebrate Memorial Day weekend here in our area. But everyone we talked to today say no matter how you celebrate, please take a moment to remember the why behind Memorial Day.
It's a time to celebrate and enjoy the freedoms that we have, but if you could take a few moments to just remember why we have them, then that's what the day is for.
Derek Abbey is the president and CEO of Project Recover. They're a nonprofit dedicated to bringing the more than 800,000 servicemen and women who were lost in combat, missing in action, home to their families.
And what that translates to is as many as 5 million family members that have been waiting far too long for answers to what happened to their loved ones. And so we serve those families, and we want to get that number of missing as close to zero as possible. Walter Mittis was part of a Navy Avenger, a 3-crewed aircraft bomber from World War II. And he was lost over the nation of Palau, and him and the entire crew were missing for more than 70 years.
David Kuntz with the USS Midway Museum says they'll have several events throughout the holiday weekend to honor our fallen heroes. And this year is extra special as they honor the contributions of women in the military.
They had a tremendous number of obstacles to overcome just to get into naval aviation.
I was a Navy pilot on the USS Intrepid in Hancock, and that airplane over there with the shark teeth on the nose, I flew that very airplane in Vietnam in 1968.
Because for so many veterans like Frank Cora, what may be a weekend of fun in the sun for some will be a solemn reminder for others of what was lost.
It's kind of bittersweet because we have expended so much time and treasure and blood and have so little to show for it.
For anybody that served for a career, so 20 years, they have lost friends and colleagues in service. So it's an opportunity for somebody like me to think about those friends that I lost years and years ago.
Tomorrow morning, there is an opportunity for you to honor our fallen servicemen and women at Rosecrans Cemetery. They're going to have flags that you can place at the grave sites there, a very touching way to celebrate Memorial Day weekend. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, you said it right, touching. It's emotional for many people. My father, an Army veteran, is actually being honored in a ceremony right where you're standing on Monday at noon. He died from cancer related to Agent Orange exposure in Vietnam. So it is a day that means a lot to a lot of people, and it's so great that you're doing the story. Where can people go to find out more information about the different tributes that are happening around our county?
Yeah, so many tributes, so many stories. I love to just sit back and listen to those stories from our servicemen and women of the people who were lost. You can do that by finding one of those events on our website, CBS8.com. We have events all around the county that you can attend.
Thanks so much, Kirsten.
We have new information about the 21-year-old man accused in the shooting at the downtown library, killing one man and hurting another. CBS 8's David Goffredson talked with the accused gunman's grandmother, who had an active restraining order against him.
Has he ever had any problems with the law before?
No.
Never been arrested?
No.
The grandmother of 21-year-old Kenneth Cheney says she took out this restraining order against him last year to protect herself and Cheney's 4 siblings from violent behavior. She did not want to be identified because her grandson is now in jail, accused in a fatal shooting Tuesday at the downtown library. This is surveillance video of the shooter running away from the crime scene.
Can you tell me why you got a restraining order against him?
Because I didn't want him to keep going to the fights with his sister, because she was just a minor and he's an adult.
In court papers, the 62-year-old grandmother wrote about an attack in February 2022 where, quote, Cheney became angry and threatened my granddaughter, shoved me into the couch and onto the ground, threatened me with a brick, and threw rocks and bricks at my truck, shattering the windows.
I needed him to grow up. That was my purpose in him, to grow up, to get responsible for his life. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
In May of last year, a judge ordered Cheney to stay away from his grandmother, 5 family members, and the family's 3 dogs. Under the terms of the restraining order, Cheney also was not allowed to have any guns. Yet he was still able to work as a security guard under a state license issued in January 2021. Cheney is now behind bars on suspicion of murder, attempted murder, and assault with a firearm. The grandmother had this to say to the family of the man who died in the shooting, 20-year-old Trey Walker.
I am sorry at any time a life is lost. But what can we do? This is the kind of society we're living in. There's so much violence, so much anger in people. So I don't know. And I'm deeply, deeply sorry for the mother, the siblings, kids, if he has any, and for the entire family. I'm so sorry.
Cheney's arraignment currently is set for Tuesday afternoon here at the downtown court. David Goffredson, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. Still ahead, will you soon have to pay a fee if you visit Europe? We verify.
Plus, some scary moments when a passenger on board a flight actually opened an emergency exit door while the plane was still hundreds of feet up.
And up next, a debt ceiling deadline extended as negotiations try to hammer out a deal.